Hi, this is Matt's Rundown. If you enjoy movie reviews and trailer reactions, you're in the right place. So want to subscribe or hit the like button down below.
Today we're going to be reviewing Spiral from the Book of Saw. Spiral from the Book of Saw is a 2021 horror film that serves as the 9th installment in the Saw franchise. It is directed by Darren and Bousman and stars Chris Rock as Detective Zeke Banks, Max Minghella as William Schneck, and Samuel L. Jackson as Marcus Banks.
Spiral follows the story of Detective Zeke Banks as he's partnered with a rookie cop. Together they must uncover the mystery surrounding the latest Jigsaw copycat killer who is hell-bent on targeting the police department.
So looking at the good, honestly it's not the worst movie in the Saw franchise. It had a lot of potential. The story wasn't bad, but yeah, it wasn't great either.
It was hampered by so much. We'll get into that when we look at the bad. I think the thing I liked the most about this movie was the little piggy doll they used, because they've replaced Billy with the pig marionette. And obviously the police department, pig, so it's kind of cool. Plus the pig actually looks quite creepy.
Looked very creepy. I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for Billy, because I think that doll is creepy, but it's the connotations surrounding it more than the actual doll being creepy.
Yeah. I like the new one. I didn't mind it so much. You can only see Billy come on his tricycle so many times before. It's like, a new thing would be nice. For me, at least.
And then the traps in this one are very intricate, and they new, they're fresh, they're different traps. They do feel Saw-like in the construction and that, so it's not bad at all.
The only problem with the traps, and that takes us into the bad, is that they were basically impossible to get out of.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the fact that the traps felt too intricate almost in some ways, because you'd need someone even better than John Kramer, and he was an engineer to start off with. His traps felt like, you could have made it at home if you had the experience and skills he had. These traps just felt too clean, too intricate. I don't feel like an average person or even an average engineer could really make them at home.
And I think the traps being inescapable and more of a punishment, more of a you're going to die in this trap than you can escape, is another big problem with the movie. In the previous movies, there was Jigsaw's philosophy, where if you escape, you get a new lease on life, you're forgiven your sins almost, and you can start again. There was none of that. The traps were there to kill the people, nothing else.
And even one of the characters who had completely redeemed himself, as much as I think a bad guy can,
yeah,
still got punished. And I don't think that Jigsaw would have done that, because I think Jigsaw would have seen that he had taken his punishment, he'd learned his lesson, and he's now a better person. Because it feels like Jigsaw had this moral, and in this movie it's like they called it Saw, but it could just have been anything.
Literally.
Because he just lost that whole, spark of the original movie.
He went out to punish the police as opposed to reform society. And he could have done it reforming the police instead of, yeah.
I feel like because that essence was lost, it really didn't add anything to the mythos of the Saw legacy.
And Chris Rock championed this movie. He approached the studio, he was a producer, he helped write the script, and he starred in it, and you can see he loves it. But for me, Chris Rock was a big miss in this movie, because you've got him trying to act as this grizzled cop while doing a stand-up routine, and it works in a light-hearted movie. It doesn't work very well in the Saw franchise. You don't want a stand-up routine in the middle of a Saw movie. And because he's trying to act so grizzled and hard, and everybody's been mean to me, and it's such a tough laugh, his routine comes off as stale and
not believable.
Yeah.
Saying that though, we forgot to add it in our good, is Samuel L. Jackson, of course, did a really good job.
He was Samuel L. Jackson.
He managed to be in the role but keep his essence, whereas I feel like Chris Rock lost his essence.
Yes.
I feel like the twist in this movie was also rather boring and very predictable.
You expect some sort of misdirection, messing up with timelines, something in a Saw movie, and there's one point and we're not going to say anything, but you get to this one point, it's, oh, okay, well, I know what the rest of the movie's going to be.
It was kind of disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Because especially in the earlier Saw movies, there was some clever twists, like the kid in the safe the whole time and all of that, which I didn't actually see coming, so I liked that.
Yes.
In this, you saw it a mile away. And so I sat through the movie halfway, it's like, okay, I'm already bored.
Yes. And then another thing that just detracts from the scariness for me is John Kramer's voice when he says, I want to play a game, and that. That's scary. This one again tried to do a different voice, and it's just not scary at all. It comes across as laughable almost.
But it's not creepy either.
I just did not like that.
Neither did I.
And I get you don't want to emulate Jigsaw and you don't want to be John Kramer, but do something that's scary.
Be creepy, if not scary at least. I also didn't feel like this was a big screen movie. There wasn't huge action pieces where you're like, wow, that was amazing on big screen. It was just like, could have watched it at home.
Definitely. Overall, it's definitely tried to restart the franchise, and I feel like it failed. I don't want another one in this vein. I don't really want another Saw movie in total, unless maybe they're going to retcon everything and bring John Kramer back. Because I think, sadly, we need Tobin Bell at this point. And it was a big complaint I had from the first couple where they kept shoving him in. Now I'm like, maybe we do need him back.
I don't think we necessarily need Tobin Bell again, but they could have made it a bit creepier, and they could definitely have made it a bit more interesting and actually had a nice twist.
Yeah.
That's the fun of the Saw movies, at least part of it.
Yes, it is.
So that takes us to the ratings, and I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5 as well.
That leaves it with a 5. It wasn't a bad movie, it just was, it was okay. In terms of who might enjoy watching it, I think people who are fans of the franchise might just want to watch it for completion's sake, even though we didn't necessarily feel like it felt like Saw.
So let us know in the comments down below. Do you want to see more Saw movies, or are you happy with where we are?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Later.